A UWM instructor found herself in the middle of a social media backlash for a post in response to the death of Army Specialist Vanessa Guillen, who was murdered by a fellow soldier in Texas. Betsy Scholler sat down with me for an exclusive interview to share her remorse.
Betsy Scholler retired from the military as a lieutenant colonel in the Wisconsin Air National Guard. In her more than 15 years in the military, she has seen a lot as a woman in blue.
I was 5 years active duty. That was back in the time when you weren't allowed to talk about any sexual harassment that you were experiencing. So I experienced that firsthand.
So when she saw a post in the Facebook group Veterans Humor questioning the tragic death of Army Specialist Vanessa Guillen, she penned this.
These are your words. Sexual harassment is the price of admission for women into the good old boys club. Explain that as you were explaining to the person in the post.
I have experienced sexual harassment in the military. Those are the kinds of messages that are sent to people.
You wrote, if you're going to cry like a snowflake about it, you're going to pay the price.
That is a term that is used liberally on that site. That's not something that I would normally call another person.
She says her words were meant to bring awareness, not harm, but that was not how some in the group saw it.
The reality is that someone in that closed setting put you on blast.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
To think that I'm responsible for hurting somebody else and putting people in pain makes me feel terrible. I would do anything to be able to take that back.
The UWM instructor says this has been a teachable moment for her.
I have learned that it doesn't matter what kind of an environment you're in, how safe you feel. It doesn't matter who you know your audience is. You need to think again, because you can cause pain and suffering that you never imagined.
This mother of two says it does not stop with an apology. The veteran is open and ready to be the change needed where she has worked for 23 years.
I'm hoping that I can start with the university, and I'm hoping that that's a place to start, so that we can start to have the dialogue between people who have already been in the military and now are in a civilian educational context. If those kinds of things do come up on the university, that we can start to have a voice.